I'm gonna go ahead and go live because the amount of videos that I am over on the other side recording because I am talking about friendship. I was like, let me just hop on live. I went live earlier today on YouTube. I don't know how this lighter got here. I went earlier on YouTube live today. That was a hot boiling mess. I didn't know how to work it. We had our first book club meeting over on YouTube because I know everybody's not on TikTok, but nobody showed up on YouTube. I was on there for 10 minutes and the whole time it was just loud in the background. The man came to switch out the washing machine and Bailey starts playing all bumpity bump ass music in the background. I'm just like, God, am I even supposed to be doing this? This is crazy. I don't understand if the things that I am experiencing are God telling me to stop, or if they are the universe getting in front of me and saying, hey, you got all of these hurdles. Where you're going, where you are headed is such light years away from where you're at. You must rapidly evolve and turn over and turn over and turn over. So that must mean where I am headed is pretty damn close. If my training has accelerated to the point that it's accelerated, y'all have no idea what I am going through in my life. The things that I share with you guys isn't even half of what I'm going through. I saw this couple, on here who live streams 24 hours a day. I was like, man, the dream is to have cameras 24 hours a day, reality show type stuff, because the evolving that this family is going through at the rate and the speed that this family is going through is magnificent. And it needs to be observed at the level that it deserves to be observed. And so I just got on here because I was talking about friendship, because my 6-year-old said that Zoe's not his friend today. And I said, good. Zoe does not have to be your friend every day. Friendship is earned moment to moment, day to day. And I told him as long as he pops into his friendships and he's like, yo, I treat people how I want to be treated, and I expect them to treat me how I deserve to be treated, which is how I want to be treated. I'm treating you well, so treat me well. And if the people who have chosen to be friends with my children do not treat my children well, my children do not owe their lives to said friendships. My children can exit stage left without any explanation. In that respect, now you can ghost. Why? Because at the beginning I told you, yo, you rock with the ethics that you need to rock with in order to rock with me. The behaviors that align with me, let's roll. And you signed the agreement. And in that agreement, I had an exit clause. I am not committed to being your friend forever just because I said we're friends today. So I have really been contemplating friendship and learning on friendships. And so when my son came to me and he said, Zoe's not my friend today, I was like, good. Maybe Zoe will earn your friendship back tomorrow by getting their life together. Which means whatever shady thing Zoe did today Zoe needs to take accountability, which means acknowledging they did what they did and then refrain from doing that behavior again. That's what friendship is. That's what relationship is. Us not talking about something long enough. I promise this house is quiet until I start recording, and then everybody pipes the fuck up. I'm so frustrated with my family because they knew that I'm just frustrated in general with this whole process, because it's like, are these universe impeding me? Because I really dislike when we say we give the devil credit. The devil's not busy. How can we believe that the devil is busy and we also believe that our growth is in our experiences? So in order for us to grow, we must experience, and those experiences aren't always going to be warm and fuzzy. How do you grow in experiencing something that you already know? No, you've already learned that, so therefore you must be challenged again. Challenges don't always feel good, but we want to be like, the devil's busy, the devil's busy, the devil's busy. No, the devil ain't busy, and because you are focused on the devil, that is the devil itself. The fact that you are missing that what you're experiencing is for your higher good, and you are so focused on, I gotta gossip about this stuff, I gotta tell somebody about this stuff, not because you are seeking healing, but because you are seeking validation, i.e. me too, sis. So you out here telling your business for the Me Too crowd. You are not out here telling your business to someone who can help you solve it. And then when someone comes to try to help you solve it, you're too prideful to receive the help. Man, this is crazy. I sat here and listened to my husband, who was on the phone with someone, talking about how he doesn't have a car and he has to Uber everywhere because his Jeep got caught up in a traffic jam situation when it got rented through Turo, and Turo a whole damn near month later, and we don't have our Jeep back, Turo. My husband has been Ubering and Lyfting everywhere, so our life that was already small just got a little bit fucking smaller, and it's just like, okay, we're being set down, I get it, but what the fuck is going on? It's because we're rapidly in class. We are rapidly in a classroom, and we are elevating at such a high rate and at such a fast speed that the lessons are coming just back to back to back to back to back. Everybody's like, it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't one thing, it's another. No, if you are going through, when it rains, it storms, if you're going through, it just keeps hitting you and shitting on you and shitting on you, you are rapidly evolving if you pay attention. If you stop looking at the devil is busy and you actually start looking at the universe coming around, you put out the intentions to be a motherfucking world changer. Is that what you want, or is that what you want? Because if that's what you want, then I gotta take you from Lonnie sitting in this motherfucking bed to where you trying to go, and you can't get up out of this bed and step on a world stage and you look like that, you talk like that, you walk like that, you dress like that. Hey Carby, you do all these different things, and you want to be placed on the world stage. Make it make sense, Lonnie. Make it make sense. And when I think about it that way, then I appreciate. And I'm looking, and I'm sitting in this stuff right now, y'all, and I'm like, God, what else do you want to teach me? What are you trying to teach me? Because this is the first time in my life I have been set down, and I've been set down multiple times, but this is the first time that I am intentionally experiencing it, which is the beautiful part of it. I was talking to someone on DM. I do one-on-one sessions, you guys. Hour-long sessions via Zoom, or we can do it via the typey. But anyway, I'm having a conversation with them, and they're like, she didn't say the word desperation, but she said the desperation comes across in your videos. And I was like, yeah, because it's so hard for me to stay in the headspace with fucking Chris Brown in the background talking about how he's gonna lick you right and kiss you right. I'm just saying. I'll make you the bed. Yeah, god damn it. See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Is this divine, or is this God saying this? You are not supposed to be doing this. You are not supposed to be doing this. Because every time I do it, every time I get in the pocket, there's some type of distraction. Or is this training? Is it training that I'm supposed to be out here with distractions just coming left and right, and I'm supposed to stay focused? Like, what is this? I'm so fucking confused, y'all. And she said, I could see the desperation. And I was just like, yeah, because I have such a calling on me. Like, I don't talk about it because, when I was a teenager and I bought that t-shirt that said, when God made me, he was just showing off. And people used to get so mad when I wore that t-shirt. Why do people, how you doing? I'm good. How you doing, friend? People used to get so upset when I wore that goddamn shirt. Ugh. Who would even buy a shirt? Like, the shirts that people wear today, people had a problem when I wore a shirt that said, when God made me, he was just showing off. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the shares. That lets TikTok know that this is enjoyable. So the shirts that people wear now have nothing on that little piece of, 90s, early 2000s shirt. But what I'm saying is, when I bought that shirt, when God made me, he was just showing off. I meant that shit. I said that with my chest, literally. I said it with my chest. When God made me, he was just showing off. But boom, that ain't got nothing to do with you. When God made you, he was just showing off. You just got to show the fuck out. God did his part. God said, boom, masterpiece. Now you down here fumbling the bag, mad at God. Need to be mad at you. We so quick to blame the outside world for our shit. We are fucking off the one life we have, and we want to blame God. Somebody told me the other day, and this was something, it was a working theory I had anyway, and so they kind of confirmed it. If you are not intentionally living your life, you are a zombie. You are the walking dead, because you are not doing anything but just walking around. And we know this because your consciousness can exit your body and live your life. My consciousness cannot sit on this live right now. My body cannot sit on this live right now and conduct this live. Because I'm not saying the same shit I say every day. I'm not supposed to be on live right now. I'm supposed to be sulking because I did my first book club over on YouTube. If you're not in the book club, make sure you get your copy. What's the Best That Can Happen? Available at LonnieTaylorArt.com. I did my first book club over on YouTube and wasn't nobody there. And at the same time, the man comes and switched out the goddamn washing machine. Bailey's playing that goddamn bumpity bump ass music. I am at the age where it's bumpity bump ass music, yes. She playing that goddamn loud ass music, and the boys are doing something, and Bailey, reprimands Caden, and Caden starts screaming, and Bailey's like, stop screaming, and Caden's like, I can't. He's such a fucking drama king. He irks my soul. I can't wait for him to grow out of this phase. Just so dramatic. We gotta wait for him to grow out of that stuff. We can't beat it out of him no more. We gotta wait for these kids. Yes, get the book. Join the book club. It's just intentionally healing. You could join it at any time. Honestly, the format is, I'm running this. It hits my spirit. It hits my soul. No, my soul knows what's up. It hits my spirit, Lonnie. It hits my ego, which it came to my attention. I need to check, because I do have a sense of entitlement. Because I was told that this is supposed to be something. So every time I show up, and nobody shows up on the other end, that shit hits. But what part of the training is that? And I know, Carby, you show up for me in every single way, and all y'all show up for me in every single way. So this is not a discount of y'all's pulling up, right? I'm ascending. I'm not crying because my feelings are hurt. I'm not crying because anything. I am crying because I am ascending. I'm leveling up in front of you. I do it a lot on live. So if you aren't tuning into my lives, you should. I'm not on live a lot. Sorry. I cry a lot on live. Because I actually ascend, because honestly, this is why I started doing lives. So that I can just freely talk. Thank you. So I could just freely talk. I have healed myself so much during lives. I've never made the connection to where I'm always crying on live. I'm just like, damn, that hits on live, but it hits on live because I literally get on here and just run my mouth. And so of course, I'm going to hit a point of my healing. Like, I'm helping you guys heal. We've had a lot of healing sessions here on these lives where we just talking and healing and vibing. But a point in that healing, I'm going to hit some stuff that heals me too. So while you sitting over there on your side crying because I done hit something, you like, ooh, yes, yes, yes. And I start speaking to your soul. Sometimes I hit something in me and I start speaking to my soul. And I definitely was talking to myself there. I don't remember what I was saying, but I had to break the energy because I can't be out here ugly crying. There's going to be so many ugly cry memes of me. First of all, y'all could pause any one of my videos at any given time and just get a freaking show. Because whenever I'm uploading one of my videos in a freeze frame, I'd be like, I'm looking crazy as hell, right? So I already know the haters going to have a field day with my ass, and I don't even care. I don't even care. But in order for me to do what I feel that I've been called to do in this lifetime, that means I got to go through some intense training because I'm not ready. I'm nowhere near ready what I feel I'm supposed to be out here doing. And so that's why I'm going through what I'm going through. And we going through some serious y'all. We going through some serious. I'm just going to tell y'all to pray. I'm going to just ask y'all to pray. We feel like we got to tell people something, or people feel entitled. Let that be the lesson of the evening. People feel entitled to know what they're praying for. Do you think... Out. Shut my door. Do you think with an infinite God... I'm not sure the God you believe in. Thank you for the love. I'm not sure the God that you believe in. But do you believe with the infinite God that you need to know specifically what somebody's going through to pray for them? Our community is so pervasive. Our community is so fucked up and we don't even realize it. We don't realize we're our own worst enemies.
Mom, the car is here.
Okay.
We're going to hang out for a while.
Okay. So yeah, no, you don't have to know. You just have to care. And that real energy, you know what I'm saying? I don't know y'all, but if I say I'm praying for you, you getting that real energy. You ain't getting that, oh, I'm praying for you, what's going on energy. You know what I'm saying? And I hope light shines on the rest of the month for you. Shit, please and thank you. Because yes, I was filming these videos about my cousin and friendships and being forced to remain in friendships that no longer serve you. And I was talking about my cousin who we all identified each other as sister, cousins, best friends. Best friend, sister, cousin. Boom. Okay, best friend, sister, cousin, because we were best friends and we were like sisters and we were cousins. And so I was saying, you know, if she was able to walk away from that friendship, I wouldn't have found out that she got married through Facebook. This is the young lady that I grew up with. This is my self-identified best friend. And I found out that she got married through Facebook. And she's like, it was really quick because it was some guy that she married. I don't know the whole story. But she married him in a week or something like that. And he was Muslim and I don't know. I wasn't invited to the goddamn wedding. Anyway, so she married him. I find out on Facebook and I call her and she's like, it was so quick. I just called my mom and my sisters. You called your mom and your motherfucking sisters and you didn't call me. And I lived with you since I was 15 years old. How long do I have to live with you for me to be your sister? How long do I have to be called your sister for me to qualify and stand next to your actual blood sisters? Let's think about that. We call someone a sister, but we don't treat them like our sisters. You know, and at the time I received it, I was so desperate for her friendship. Let's call a thing a thing. I was so desperate for her friendship and whatever value I thought she brought to my life. Please shut my door. That I took it and moved in it, you know. We were still friends. This was my best friend's sister cousin who never hung out with me and said the reason why she never hung out with me was because I don't like to hang out and she got tired of hearing no. Okay, I received that. But when you guys are all just sitting around chilling at the crib, I have to invite myself. And at no point did I see the absence of self-love and self-respect. At no point did I see myself as a lackey. But now that I'm sitting here telling these stories, I'm like, babe, where was your self-value and self-pride? I had none. I raised myself. And I thought my family was family. I thought the person who identified as my best friend's sister cousin was authentic with me. And in her inauthenticity, yep, I was, what do I call them? The peripheral friend. The friend who's off to the side. You're not part of the focus. You're off to the side. This is a very dangerous friend space to be because you are expendable. I literally was gang guard and my friends stepped over my body. My naked body just stepped right on over it because I was the peripheral friend. So that's a very dangerous spot to be in. But, you know, I trusted my cousin was who she was because at the point, you know, I didn't know what a friend was. I didn't know what any of these things were. So I was creating my own definition. We've never experienced friendship. And since our parents are not one of our little friends and we come from the generation of a child stays in the child place. So who demonstrated friendship to us? Who? So we're out here, and we're 80s babies. So the people demonstrating loyalty, friendship, family, all those things, the people demonstrating that for us are strung out. So we're pretty much raising ourselves. And even if your story isn't a strung out parent, you're still pretty much raising yourself because we come from the generation of the kids stay over there. So, if you are younger than me and you are a product of the generation, the kids stay over there, that's why your parents are fucked up. Because they raised themselves. Because a child stays in a child's place. I'm not one of your little friends. And Miss Barbara, I love you. But I'm going to have to quote you on this one. If you say that you don't like me, then good. That means that I'm doing my job because I'm teaching you. And I respect that mentality because I believed it. I said it for years. I was like, I don't care if you don't like me. I'm supposed to be the bad guy. Why? Why do I have to be the bad guy to teach you? Your teachers aren't the bad guys and you're receptive to their languages or their lessons. You know, anywhere else outside of this home and you're learning something, it's not under freaking militaristic replication of the slave masters rearing tactics. You know, it's not under those conditions and you're capable of learning. So why must I inflict all of this trauma upon you in order for you to learn from me? Like, if we just used our logical brain, why must I inflict trauma on you in order for you to learn from me? That doesn't make sense. That's a lie that we have received for generation to generation. The last generation it went dumb crazy on was mine. So if your parent is older than me, know that their mind was totally screwed. If your parent is my age, then know they're right there in the middle where they could go, I am who I am, or they can listen to what you got to say. So you got to have some compassion there, because you're looking up at them and you're just like, you're wishy-washy. You keep going back and forth. Well, because we were raised in a generation where we weren't even allowed to think for ourselves, even though we raised ourselves. Isn't that something? They told us, they really just kept us stuck. They really just kept us stuck. We couldn't move left without their permission, but they wouldn't give us the directives to move right. Yes, how may I help you?
Can I do your makeup today?
No, I'm recording. It's 6:28. If I get off soon enough, we'll see. Make sure all of the business that you need to handle is handled. And I can make that happen potentially. Depends on when I'm finished. Thank you. I don't understand why they close it like she just now closed the door. Why do they close the door so slow? Like, I'm going to close it really, really slow. Just get it over with. Stop ripping the band off slow. No, just rip the bitch off. Anyway, so I don't remember what I was talking about, but my cousin, my sister, my best friend. This is who I identified as my best friend. Where is the loyalty of a best friend? What was my expectancy of a best friend when she moved out of state? And I found out through Facebook, I think. I didn't find out through her for damn sure, but I found out that she had left the state. Oh, it was always, you talk to somebody, but you couldn't talk to me, your sister, your best friend, and your cousin. So something I was saying on video was, I was so desperate. And I know people who feel they have the upper hand can look down at someone and say, oh, they're so desperate. I feel sorry for them. But that's not true. There is a part of you that is equally desperate, and you're using them to fill a void, just like they are using you to fill a void. Therefore, friendships that are founded on that are doomed anyway. We definitely filled a void for each other. But we also stood in judgment of each other. I knew she judged me. I know she thought I was beneath her. But she accepted me because a part of me identified with her as she identified with me. So when we get into these relationships and we're just like, this is bad and good, it's because you guys are filling a void. Avoid these relationships at all cost. Because you are latching on to something that is missing within yourself. And you can identify these relationships pretty quickly, because from aside from them filling that void, you are unequally yoked. Man, they fed us, they spoon fed us that stuff in church like that has something to do with your belief in God and how you got there. I posted on my page, I was just like, I love my family because we all know God. We all know God differently, but we all know God. And somebody came on there, bless her soul. And she was like, it's beautiful that everyone knows God, but it's imperative that they know God through Jesus. Only through Jesus can you truly know God. And I was just like, that's beautiful. You notice how I allowed you to have your truth, but you still had to, in a loving way, come over here and shit on my truth. And they spoon-fed us that stuff in church. Unequally yoked is spiritual, at least in my churches. I don't know about y'all's churches, but you know, it has something to do with religion. If you weren't out here converting, then you were unequally yoked. What you mean he watching football? He's supposed to be sitting in this pew. You are unequally yoked. No, unequally yoked is lowering your standards to accept anyone and just anything in your life, to just have anyone or anything in your life because you're trying to fill a void. Some of you are married to a void filler. And Dre was like, man, you're going to start causing divorces. And I was like, no, I'm going to start causing awakenings. I'm going to start disrupting some realities, but I didn't do nothing. I just caused you to look at your reality. And is this your truth? We have confused. How are you, dear? I'm sorry. I'm just now seeing you, Leslie. How you doing? We are confusing truth with reality. Yes, this is the reality, but is this my truth? It is not. And in order for me to walk in my divinity, I must walk in my truth. Therefore, I must deny my reality. And for some people, that's going to be a motherfucking problem. Make sure you're denying your reality is a safe space for you. Make sure you are positioning yourself to be able to move the way that you need to move safely. I can talk to my husband and say, look, you know, in event we do divorce, I will give you a heads up. I'm going to give you a heads up because I need to position myself to be able to move on with my life. I ain't going to struggle after you. But being as I'm a stay-at-home entrepreneur, I'm going to need some time to get my footing beneath me. I can safely have that conversation with my husband. But if you cannot safely have that conversation with your spouse, because it's not just men that physically lash out. If you cannot safely have this conversation with your spouse, move accordingly. But let me confirm for you, if you were suspecting, you cannot live in your truth if your reality is a lie. What up, Big Rob? If your reality is a lie, you cannot live in your truth. Love you back, big bro. Thank you. So in that disruption, do not focus your energy on anything but yourself. Because before Alani Appleton happened across your spouse's For You page or however you came across me, before that moment happened, your spouse was coming to you saying, I'm not happy, I'm not happy, I'm not happy. And you said, this is who I am. This is who I am. I'm not happy either. Ain't that the biggest contra, whatever the rest of that word is, if that's even a word. Y'all know what I meant. Counter. Boom. Ain't that the counter? I'm not happy either. Why the hell are we together? Let's keep it all the way G. I was with this dude. Oh, that's Makari. I was like, that don't look like Andre. Let's keep it all the way G. If your argument in an argument, when your spouse said, I'm not happy, and your response was, I'm not happy either, how many arguments are you guys going to have before you A, figure out how to get happy, or B, leave the motherfucking relationship? Y'all out here choosing C, stay miserable. Yo, out. Oh, actually, you want to do me a favor?
Yeah.
I have to go to the bathroom. You want to sit here and entertain?
Huh?
I have to go to the bathroom, y'all. Yo, come here. Bailey! Yes, Mom. Come here. Shut the door. Will you come talk to the people on my behalf? Come spit some hot fire.
About what?
Friendship.
My brother called.
I gotta go to the bathroom, but I want y'all to meet the next generation.
Love you, little sister.
Ah, that's Big Rob, CEO.
Whoa. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Basically, Bailey has to do it since she's old enough. Well, basically, like right now, I have a friend over. You know, I don't like to bring friends over because I feel like that's kind of personal. But, you know, automatically, they got to play with my little brothers, you know, making themselves respectable. So, I mean, it makes the situation a little bit easier on me. And also the fact that my family likes the people that I'm hanging around. Hey, don't do that.
Hey.
The fact that my family... Hi.
Hey, I had the dad on my forehead, so I built my head. And Caden called a man ugly. And I kicked the heck out of him.
You shouldn't kick him, but... Yeah.
I used some kung fu on him.
Kung fu? Caden called,
Your friend?
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah, he's not that nice. Leave us alone.
Those are
But yeah, she'll be right back.
What are the circumstances?
Just out of nowhere, you're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly. That's the circumstances.
That was rude. Did he apologize?
No.
He just did it right now.
Well, why did you make him apologize? Oh, because I called you in here?
Well, yeah, it was kind of just like, yeah.
Well, you should make him apologize. Because that's not how you treat people. Excuse me. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses.
So you're going to go back out there and
Love
you're
it.
going to apologize to him. Do you understand?
This is
How does that
fun.
feel? No. How does that feel? No. That's not how you act.
Ooh.
How does that feel? Do you want someone to walk up to you and tell you you're ugly?
No.
Does it feel good?
No.
Then why do it to someone else?
Because Mom called me ugly. Don't mean you call someone else ugly.
But you shouldn't have planted the
I
seed.
did call him ugly.
But you planted the seed. You literally, it was your spelling word last week. You want to tell me you wasn't walking around calling people ugly?
Yeah, like
I
said,
wasn't calling
was like,
people
I don't
ugly.
even know
I
what
did call my
word
brother
is,
ugly.
how to
And
say
because
that.
you think I call my,
He
you think I
didn't
call
go to
someone
school.
ugly. Because I did call someone ugly. Because you think I call my brother ugly. But I did call my brother ugly.
Did you just make up a song?
Yes.
Y'all are my children for real, for real.
Bye-bye.
Bye, dear. Thank you.
Just tell people they're not ugly.
Oh,
people they're
yes,
beautiful.
So go tell your brother that. Y'all shouldn't be letting him run around say things like that and not correcting him. All right, y'all. Thank you for staying. I had to go. See, that is the results of the work. So if you're questioning, should you get to the business? Get to the business. Establish relationships with your children. Give them the freedom of expression. Listen to them when they say, yo, this is how I want to be loved. No, these kids aren't bad. They're trying to express their freedom. And because you can't control them, you're like, they're so bad. How about you release control to gain control? This house was very chaotic for a good 5 months. Because once I stopped controlling my house like a dictatorship and I started to move in more of a collective where we just all here living. Everybody got to say, everybody, you know, there's no mom, dad, overrule. There's nothing. We literally sat down and we're like, okay, what's the bedtime for the boys? And everybody, we went around, round robin. I think this is a good time. I think this is a good time. And we did think this is a good time. And me and Andre went and put the boys to bed. Sometimes it's Bailey, sometimes it's Dad, sometimes it's Angel, sometimes it's somebody. We are all looking out for each other. There's no more hierarchy in this house, which is very weird for Dre because he's used to being the authority, but not really because I'm the authority. Not anymore, but I have been historically. You know, can you please shut my door? Because, you know, I'm going to throw a tantrum till I get my way. And so we're all making decisions and we're all respecting each other and we're all learning from each other. We don't shut ourselves off to knowledge. We don't shut ourselves off to knowledge just because the teacher is a child. We're supposed to impart wisdom, and they're supposed to impart the future. They're literally coming from the future to tell us something, right? They're the next generation. They are the reincarnation, so they literally are the future. And we deny them simply because they're children. But if you actually listen to your children, what could you possibly learn? Now, I don't know, you gotta listen to your kid because every child's message is different. So when you watch content like this, you watch this content for the possibilities. You watch content like this for the blueprint. You watch content like this not I was gonna say the map, but the map is a blueprint. It's an outline. You know what I'm saying? An outline is you sit down, you got your bullet points of the points that you may make, and you're just getting all your thoughts and your ideas out there. But nothing I say or do is in stone because I'm not you and you're not me. So how do you take the philosophy that anything is possible and apply it to your life? And that's the challenge. And some people are in the space in their life. People's lives. Some people are at the space in their lives where they're ready to do that introspective work and say, I'm ready to be free. And I do one-on-one sessions. If you're ever interested, just hit my DMs. I'm ready to know who I am. I'm done living in my reality. It's time to live in my truth. Everybody's not ready for that. But those who are have been begging for it their entire lives. Our book club happening now. It's around, we just learning. Get your copy of the textbook, hop on our lives. Information's in my stories. I had a boyfriend, Angel's father, came into my life. We mistakenly make our teachers our masters. Boom, I just wanted to say that. But we mistakenly make our teachers more than just a teacher. See, a teacher comes and a teacher goes. You have a really strong attachment to a teacher, but you release them. You may even love a teacher, but guess what? By the end of your term with this teacher, you are ready to release. I hope you're picking up. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the shares. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. As long as you stay in the mental space that this is a teacher, you can now learn what needs to be learned. Angel's father was a teacher. Our relationship was 3 weeks. We made a child the first night we were together. But we were a 3-week classroom for each other if he chose to learn. So you could either choose to learn or you could choose to resent. I choose to learn from everything, which means I cannot resent anything because we cannot learn in resentment. So any situation in your life where you're refusing to release, you're refusing to learn the lesson. And what did you go for it? What did you go through it for, if not to learn? So you can have a way to trauma bond with someone. So for you to have a pain so deep that you can't move forward. I was talking to a client today, and she was telling me about her inner child and how she cannot release all of the familial moments that she missed as a child. And so these moments that she has with her own child, she said it's bittersweet because she's remembering what she didn't have. It's almost a form of jealousy. Let's keep it G. If you can't fully be in the beauty of the moment you are sharing with your child because you are resentful that your child did not get to experience it, that's a form of jealousy. So if that don't want you to cause to check yourself because that trauma blanket is so warm and fuzzy. But if you can't bring yourself to check yourself, know that bittersweetness is such a beautiful word, bittersweet. Angel used it on me the other day. It's bittersweet. No, yeah, something like that. Goddamn Sour Patch Kid looking ass. You know, we want to sit in that trauma. I lost it. We hold on to it because it's bittersweet. I'm going to pull it back, but before I go there, I was watching this girl live, the girl whose live I was talking about the last time I was on live and how she inspired me. She also forgot what she was talking about. I was like, oh, it's normal. For people like me, it's normal. Y'all out here, not y'all, but y'all out here making me think I'm crazy because I jump from topic to topic to topic to topic. Why can't you stay on one topic? Because that ain't my vibe. I like to talk about things. I like to connect the dots. Thank God for people like me, because I can see stuff you can't. And she's like, oh, damn, I forgot. I was like, me too, sis, me too. But if I start talking about something else, I'll bring it back up. So bittersweet. You know, she's like, it's bittersweet. That's a real cute word to cover up the fact that you are jealous of your child. It's not jealous of your child to the point that you will harm your child, but for some people it is. Let's keep it G. If someone is to the point where they are harming their child, it is because there is some jealousy there. But we don't have to go to that degree to recognize that your inability to release your inner child and truly be in the moment, that the moments that you are creating with your child, boom, here's another one. You are missing out on a moment with your child because you're too busy living in your past. You are so selfish. You are so selfish that you will not be in the moment with your child because you are 20, 30, 40, 50 years back thinking about your child. At what point in your life are you going to release that child? You are holding that goddamn child hostage. When are you going to release them? Like, we want to say nice things and the feel good things, but the nice thing and the feel good things ain't necessarily healing you. Sometimes you got to get slapped in your face and to realize that what is manifesting in your inability to release your past is because your past gives your present value. Which means you ain't valuating your present. Which means you are not doing anything meaningful with your life. Why? Because you cannot release your past. Trust me, every part of your past where you have felt that you received a win, or what do they call it when you get some get back? It starts with an R or a D. Ramification, demification, I don't even know what the word is, but you know what I mean. The cation of it all. When you feel like you get your lick back, you can move on. Boom. That was more speaking to y'all anyway. When you feel like you get your lick back, then you can move on. So any space in your life where you have felt that you have gotten your lick back, you have released it. Let's keep it G, keep it honest, because when you can be honest, you can heal. So the places in your past that you cannot release is because you have not found a space within your current existence to move on from that space, which means you have not caught your win in that area. You want to know how I know? Because I have not caught a win in the financial arena yet. Therefore, my finances will always bother me. I will always see my limitations within my finances. Why? Because I have never seen anything but my limitations within my finances. And seeing the limitations in my finances lets me feel comfortable with having limitations in my finances. Man, I'm talking to me, but I know I'm talking to somebody. We place our own limitations on ourselves. We place our own limitations on ourselves. And don't even realize we're doing it because we blame circumstances. But who accepted these circumstances? Damn. But how do you not accept the circumstances? See, you out here opening up a whole new can of worms, but you ain't got no answers. You ain't got no answers, Sway. So how you gonna hit us up with that, but you ain't got no fucking answers? What does that even mean? So back to my cousin while I figure that one out. Push that one to the back of the head. Boop. Bring the cousin back forward till something happens. See, they made me feel bad about how my mind works. My mind is an act of God. We all have our gifts of the Spirit. My mind is my gift of the Spirit. And it manifests in many different ways. That's why people are like, why are you always doing something? Because my gift must manifest in many different ways. Carby was like, oh, we doing poetry now? I was like, I read the wedding invitation from my cousin talking about we would love for you to attend. And I was like, man, you got a girlfriend? Where the fuck you get a girlfriend? And I was like, yo, I gotta get this up off of me, but I'm gonna do it in poem form. I mean, I've always wanted to be the spoken word girl, but I've just never been cool enough to be the spoken word girl. But I've noticed a lot of the things that I'm doing, I think are cool now. Like me rapping rap lyrics. Like I was watching it, I was like, oh, I actually look cool to me. I don't care if I look cool to anybody else. I probably look like somebody's mama, which I am. But I realized we're all cool. I have never shared my poems on here. Girl, you better get shared. Well, don't let me encourage you to do nothing you ain't comfortable doing. You know, but I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, she sent me that wedding invitation, and I was just like, this is some tomfoolery. We ain't even really friends. Like, yes, I hold you dear. You are my baby. And you are. Haha, he just said best friend on TV, and I was about to say my best friend. You are my best friend. Because if we think about best friends and how a best friend should treat you, she is one of the only ones of my best friends that has never done me wrong. She has been the most loyal, the most down, always there for me. So if she can say that is why she wants me at her wedding, I'll be at her wedding. But instead, when I challenged her, she said, I apologize. I was like, I don't want you to apologize. You've done nothing wrong. Our relationship is our relationship. But what the hell is our relationship? We don't have a relationship. Based on the fact that I didn't even know you had a girlfriend, why should I be at your wedding, especially in Texas? Why? Like, give me one good reason, and I'll turn my ass around. That's why my kids bust out in songs. If you could give me one freaking reason, I'll come to your wedding, but you can't even give me one reason. You just apologize. So that either means you don't have a reason, or it means you don't even want to put thought into our relationship. Either way, why is that a valuable relationship? Why do you want that person at your wedding? We got to stop expecting invitations to stuff when we don't really want to go anyway. But because I'm your oldest friend, like Dre got a wedding to go to next month. I don't know if he gonna go. Dre got a wedding to go to next month with one of his friends he's had since kindergarten or third grade. One of them, that range. That man lives a completely different life than Dre, from what I know. is his highlight reel, right? Your spouse comes to you and tells you your friend's highlight reel. Things that aren't worth knowing, they don't tell you. But the stuff that's just like, ooh, child, let me tell you. Your spouse comes and tells you. And so from his highlight reel, him and Dre have nothing in common. Yet Dre is his best man. And if he would have, I don't know. Like, I would think that would hurt. Under the current regime where you expect your friends to include you in everything. So let's just stay there. We're in the current regime where we expect our friends through our whole history to include us in everything because we hold them dear. So in this world, I can see how your feelings could be hurt if all the other friends in the friend group were asked to be groomsmen except for you. I can see how that could hurt. But if we can jump into the logical brain world where we're actually stopping and thinking, nigga, we ain't got nothing in common. What you want me to spend all this money to stand next to you for what? You ain't met no meaningful friends since me. I'm your last meaningful friend from kindergarten. Damn, that's a sad case. Boom. And if I'm a current friend, and you chose this nigga from 20 years ago over me when I'm feeding into your soul today, but you putting history over me, now I got a problem with that. That's why you see bridal parties and groomsmen parties 25 deep, because I got to get these motherfuckers because they feeding into my soul. I got to include my past. These fucking bridal parties are people's histories. Every friend they acquired along the way got to be up there. Even my first friend from childhood gotta be standing next to me. Can you imagine if every friend that you've made in your life was standing in your bridal party right now? I wouldn't have that many, but why do I owe them anything and why do they owe me anything? But why do some of them owe me something? You know what I'm saying? My cousin feels she owes me an invitation even though she can't even tell me why she invited me. You feel you owe me an invitation, but you don't even know why you invited me to your wedding. You don't owe me anything. You owe yourself. And I love our past. Our past was beautiful. And when we get together, we laugh like two old ladies. She is my best friend. Always. What she gives me, nobody else can give me. And what she has given me has been beautiful. And like I said, if she said, that's why I want you at my wedding. And I'm like, bitch, there. I don't even like being in weddings. I'll just be in the building. Like, my ego's not so big that I gotta be in your wedding because I'm your friend. I'm your cousin. I'm your sister. No. I'm there because you want me here because of who I am in your life. But she can't even tell me that, and I don't fault her. Boom. I accept her limitations. She doesn't have to have my words. She doesn't have to have my thought processes. So I don't fault her limitations. But her inability to express anything except for surface level thinking means that she's not willing to be introspective when it comes to me. And the type of friend are the type of people that I choose to surround myself with in 2023 are people who choose to have introspection when it comes to me. And that is why me and Dre are struggling. Because no one has ever asked Dre to think. And Dre has been under the illusion that he's thinking. We're all under the illusion that we're thinking. And when you challenge someone and you say, ha ha ha, you're not using your brain. You're not using your logical brain. You're using your reactionary brain. When you challenge them, they get offended and they shut you off. They shut the messenger off. But the message is clear. Because someone else will come and tell you you don't use your brain. Somebody else will. Because you're attracting people who are awake enough to see that you're still asleep. As I read this book for our book club, what's the best that can happen? Check my stories for information. As I read this book for our book club, I realize that I believed that I was at my height, even while knowing that I had further to go. And so we reach all these different stages in our lives and we think we've arrived. we ain't did nothing but reach the next level. If you are living your life right, your levels are limitless. You can never reach your highest height. And for somebody that causes them anxiety because they're not in their truth. They're in their reality. But those of you who are in your truth, to know that your growth potential is infinite, that is so exciting. To know that I could take this thing as high as I believe I can. That is miraculous. Those are miracles. Those are the miracles that we overlook. Our own divinity, our own potential. That's what we take for granted. We take the lives that we created for granted because we had such limited tools to create the lives that we created. I was talking today, I was just like, I'm not going to call my dad about my financial situation. And I was like, why not? I was like, because one, he's the causality of my financial situation, which means he transferred zero financial knowledge to me. Shut my door and please leave.
I'm hungry.
Okay, well then go tell someone out there to feed you.
No, I want to feed myself.
Well then go feed yourself. Get out my room.
No.
Put my pillow down.
I want it for safety.
Put my pillow down. Out. Michael! Even the talking to the TC, it used to be yelling. There's levels to this shit. I'll tell you. I wanted to say the devil is busy, but life just be happening. Cause I be in my bag and these goddamn kids just be coming bothering me about the most minuscule stuff. I mean, hunger drill. I wanted my kids to eat like Harvey. I'd be jealous. I'd be like, damn, her kids eat good. My kids eat good when Bailey and Dre cook. So sometimes they eat good, but we try to eat like Harvey's family. Harvey's family's over there eating. You showing me the possibilities, sis. But yeah, we shouldn't be jealous of anyone. And we shouldn't live within limitations and telling ourselves who, what, when, where, and why. We should live in our divinity and know who we truly are. And we should know if we surround ourselves with people who are desperate, it's because we too are moving in desperation. We are no better, no worse than anyone. We are all just human having human experiences. We should look at our own divinity instead of comparing our limitations to each other. Because that's all we truly are doing. We are measuring ourselves against other people that make us feel better about being who we are. And if we can find someone that we can step on, and sometimes we have to elevate ourselves, we will only elevate ourselves as high as we need to in order to step on the people that we've measured ourselves against. Boom. That's where ambition comes from. Ambition comes from you measuring yourself up against someone, and you found someone who is above you, and nobody can be above you. So you continue to climb, you continue to build yourself, and you continue to make yourself your best version. The problem with ambition as it stands today, it is not that you are making yourself your best version, it's the fact that you are making yourself your best version compared to something outside of yourself. So you are not bettering yourself for you. You are bettering yourself for someone else. And that is how you are your own competition. I don't really care what Lonnie yesterday did. I'm doing my best, period. I'm here doing me, period. I don't care what I did yesterday. But how I do compare myself to myself is, who is better than me? How you doing, Patricia? How you doing, sis? Who walking this earth is better than me? And that's not me saying I'm better than you. That's just saying, who does me better than me? Nobody. And that's how we compare ourselves to ourselves. What we have done walking this face of the earth doesn't matter. Thank you for the love, guys. What we have done walking the face of this earth doesn't matter. What matters is what we have done with what we have done walking the face of this earth. And those who that was for just picked that up. We are too busy focused on the exterior. You know, I credit someone for teaching me as within, so without. The thing is, all of the things that I'm talking about in this book, and Pat, send me your address so I can send you a copy of the book. The things that I'm talking about in this book didn't have a name in 2013. Or at least I was unaware of the name, because when I got into New Age, I learned from reading my book was in 2009. See, what you guys call spirituality, you're welcome, friend, what you guys call a spiritual walk was metaphysics and, you know, whatever I just called it before, but I read a comment and it threw me off. But New Age, this was New Age thinking in 2009. In 2013, the stuff that I'm doing in here didn't have a name. But I now know what the names are, so I credit someone with teaching me as within, so without. But I literally say it in the first couple of pages. I didn't plan this, so I don't know which page I said it on. Oh yeah, he cleaned my whole house out. Everything went. Anyway, somewhere in here, it talked about he donated all my books that he didn't value to the bookstore because he claimed I had everything I needed within me already. I wrote that in 2013. I wrote that when it didn't have a name. So what's happening in 2023 is you guys aren't necessarily teaching me. You're waking me back up to my divinity because I shut it down. But what you guys are doing is you are giving concepts that I have names. And therefore, because you gave it a name, Michael! If you walk out my door, half closing my door again, it's going to be me and you. Do you understand? What did I tell you guys about your soul? Your soul lays dormant until you give it a name. So now that I'm doing this book club, get your copy. Information in my stories. Now that I'm doing this book club, I'm rereading this and I'm doing the work with you guys and I'm rereading this and I'm super excited because I'm like, yo, I've known this shit. But now you guys are giving me a name, so that means what's laid dormant in me. That means the seeds that were planted in me starting in 2009. The seeds that were, thank you for the follow, the things that were planted in me in 2009 are be awakening. Yo! I'm waiting for it and it's happening. The seeds, I'm thinking I'm planting seeds now, which I am, but I'm planting new seeds for a new harvest. But the seeds that were planted in me in 2009 are flowering right now. Whoa, that shit is dope. I don't know if y'all felt that, but I felt that. Man, this book club, I was down too. I had my live on YouTube and I was the only one there. And I held on for 10 minutes. But my kids and everybody was acting the fucking fool. Y'all know how they do. It was extra loud. And I was just like, well, okay. I'm not going to call this a failure because it was my first time being on YouTube Live. I don't like it over there, guys. Like, it's like a black hole over there. Either I don't know what I'm doing or it's a black hole. I don't like it. It's probably user error. But I felt lonely over there. I sit and talk to myself over here all the time. But I felt lonely over there. Like, I'm not supposed to be over there, but I don't know. I'm trying to derive meaning from every fucking thing, but maybe it's just the first time, and that's where I'm at. That is the lesson that I'm learning. Perhaps this is double-mindedness, because it's like, when is it a roadblock and when is it a deterrent? I don't know. I don't know when God is stopping me, and I don't know when it's just like, are you a quitter? Are you going to quit on yourself or not? I don't know the difference, and I don't know how to discern the difference. It's so overwhelming, guys. Somebody said you could feel your desperation through your videos. I was like, I was ashamed when I read that because I don't want to ever come across desperate. I was like, damn, I breathe desperation? Damn. But then I was like, yeah, it's okay. Because I want people who can hear me to hear me. I want people who can see me to see me. I want people who can feel me. I want those who attach to every piece of my evolution to attach and evolve. So can you feel my desperation? I told her, I am literally becoming a mogul before your eyes. I know those are big words, but I feel it in my soul. I said, I don't know how to become a mogul. I barely got 2 pennies to rub together. How am I building an empire right now? I don't know. Ain't nobody. How am I building an empire right now? Sis, these is just training wheels. You out here building something. This message is for you. You out here building something and you thinking what you building is the build. No, what you building is your training wheels. You can't get on the stage and practice. You got to practice here. And the fact that you are disillusioned enough to think that you're ready for the stage is why you will take your practice for granted. But the practice is so fucking hard. It is stretching me to places I've never been. And we always think being stretched to places that we've never been is a manifestation of things being so bad. But sometimes being stretched to places we've never been are because things are so good. Things are so progressive. God is literally immobilizing my family. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 licensed adults in this house, access to 3 vehicles, and we have no transportation. We are literally being set down. Why? My oldest son has moved in because he's lowering his overhead at the exact time that his moving in it will be and is beneficial to us. So it's a blessing. But why is he here? Why does he all of a sudden have a family structure, the same stuff that I'm on, that we, in order to achieve generational wealth, we must lap the fuck up? That means all this individualistic, I'm gonna out here and go get it on my own mentality must die with last year's generation. This generation must stop complaining, identifying the problem. Yes, this world is fucked up. I care about you guys' comments. I apologize. Okay, this world is fucked up, but what's the solution? The solution is we lap the fuck up. And some of us are figuring that out, but we are going and lapping up with complete strangers. What does that legacy even look like? I don't know. It's possible. It's been done. But wouldn't you rather split your legacy with your legacy? Hey, Mad Mix. Wouldn't you rather split your legacy with your legacy? So that's why it's imperative that we get along. Oh, well, shit. I don't know what that is, but boom. Heal the world's looking ass. Dude, 41, 42, 44. Ooh, yes. But we have to understand that we are stronger together. We are stronger communally. We are stronger within our own homes. We must stop fighting. We must stop impressing our will on each other. We must not be together feeling like we're better apart. If we feel that we're better apart if we're together, then you should be apart. Or you need to learn how to work together. It's really fucking simple. But we overcomplicate it because we're so programmed to live in confusion. We are programmed to accept just whatever life throws at us because there's some energy harvesting going there. I don't talk about that stuff too much because I like walking this earth, but there is definitely something going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Gold Reach Mad Mix came through. I don't even know what that means, but it just made a noise at me. Thank you, friend.
Mom, did you not play that?
No, don't come in here on that TV. Mommy's working.
I just I'll wait.
Okay, you can wait.
I don't want to listen that way.
No, you're not going to turn the TV on. No. No.
I not do the on it, so I thought wait on Netflix.
And I said, no, you're not going to turn on Netflix. You're going to leave my room. If you break my remote, we're going to have a problem. So put my remote here. That's okay. You're going to maintain your energy. Yo, don't do all that pouting. We're not going to do that. There's going to be a consequence if you choose that. Okay, I agree. So keep your head straight and go and walk up out of here. And I'll call you when I'm finished.
Bye.
Go ask someone out there to make your French fries, sir.
No, I won't make my bed pie.
You don't know until you ask. Please go. You literally have on a shirt that says respect your mother and you are not respecting me. Get your life and go. Bye. It says respect your mother and you're not respecting me.
These are a lot of words.
It is. It's 3 words and a lot of letters. Exit. Go. Out. Out.
Then they be your mom, and then they I do the top that.
Okay.
And then they I am there, and I don't hurt nobody.
Okay. Keep your hands to yourself. Good job. Bye, dear. Man, these kids. Oh, it's my sissy's birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, that's Sissy's 21st birthday. Yes, I saw that on your page. Not Sissy's, your daughter's. Good evening, my friend. Carby. I never went live on YouTube, but I've been live on Live Me, Tagged, and Facebook. I've been on live on Facebook. That YouTube live was weird. I was like, I have to be doing this wrong. I have to be doing this wrong. My choir instructor always said, how you practice is how you'll perform. Keep going. Amen. Amen. Everything is practice. That's why when we out here, treat them how you meet them, and you treat a like a hoe. Like if we treat it like hoes, your ass would be treated like a hoe. Let's keep it G. But it's like we treat somebody, but then you get your wife and you don't know how to treat your wife because you've been treating everybody like a hoe. You don't get to practice on me, buddy. I'm gonna be the one that got away. You finally got the one who's worthy to be treated like a wife, but you didn't know how to treat her because you treated everybody before her like a hoe. So you did one part right where you were like, I'm going to wait for the one. You got that part right. But the part that you got misconstrued because you were listening to your boys instead of your heart, listen to your heart. Instead of listening to your heart, when the one did show up, you didn't know how to treat her because all you knew how to do is treat her like a hoe. You practice how you perform. Carby, I went live and had 444 views and only one stayed. I know how it is. Man, it's something and heartbreaking. Thank you, Mad Mix. Yeah, even when that happens, I learn keep the live going. Yeah, I've been here a while, but I'm just vibing. There's a difference. The book club, I was out there for a reason, you know, and then all these different things are happening. I'm already feeling defeated because it's a black abyss over there. And I'm just like, man, I'm here for the people who can't make it from TikTok and they ain't even here. Why the hell am I here? So I ended the live. But over here, I hopped on because I was I'm up to 300 drafts again. I don't know if I've ever been this high. It's bad. But I'm also pushing content over to YouTube. So if you're not following As the Apple Turns on YouTube, you're missing a wealth of content because I'm not dropping it over here because I got to get it off my phone and I'm building that audience over there as well. But I could sit on here and just talk and do me because this is doing me. I'm chilling. I'm vibing. I'm healing. I realized before you got here, Pat, the reason why I have so many ascensions on live is because I am literally just sitting here and talking and making connections and like, oh. And that's why I keep just boo-hooing. I cried tonight. You missed it, sis. It needed to get my thoughts out that day, so I did. It helped me for real personally. My daughter had a great sober 21st birthday today. I know. The energy she was giving on that picture, sis, I was like, yes. Why do we need to drink? Because we turned 21. I'm not even a big drinker. I stopped drinking when I turned 21. I've been drinking since I was 14, just drinking to drink because everybody else was drinking. There was nothing else to do but drink. Do you see how they keep us so low that we have nothing else to do but fuck our lives up? Like, that's exciting. That's fun. There's a sis on here who was talking about her sobriety days and how things are just going haywire. And she was like, she could throw it on. She's like 500 days clean or something like that. And she was like, it's getting real. She was like, I could just throw it all away. But on the other end of throwing all that away, now I've never had an addiction, but I've been a child of addiction. And the levels of shit that you throw yourself in behind addiction, I don't know, because I can't stay focused long enough to form an addiction. My dad's like, be careful, you have addiction that runs through your veins or whatever in your blood. That's what he said. You have addiction in your blood. I was like, Dad, I can't pay attention long enough to stay addicted to anything. Now, I ain't ever pumped my veins full of heroin, so knock on wood. But, you know, I smoked for a week. Smoked weed for a bit. Drank a bit. I'm addicted to sleep. I'm addicted to talking. Like, I do have an addictive behavior. I just choose to addict to things that are progressive for me. So that's why they say you need to filter your addiction into something that you enjoy doing. Yeah, you gotta be serious about something. That's all addiction is. You just chose to be serious about some fuckery. You chose to be serious about something that's going to destroy your life. What is your self-love? What is your self-worth? What is your self-value? What is your outlook? If this ain't got nothing to do with money, because there are rich motherfuckers pouring their lives away and shooting their lives away and snorting their lives away. So addiction has nothing to do with money. But it has everything to do with you choosing to hyper-focus your energy on something that makes you feel like shit. That's wild. And I don't want to say anything offensive. But that's wild. I've been saying some pretty offensive stuff tonight, though. I said if you can't release your past, it's because you ain't did nothing in your present. worthy releasing the pain associated with your past. Your past feels so good that you can't release it. Yes, pain feels good. It connects to our receptors as well. So our past feels so good that we can't release it because nothing in our present has happened to where we can replace it. That's just like I wasn't willing to release Taylor. I wasn't willing to release Taylor until Lonnie Appleton was born. Yes, my papers say Lonnie Appleton since the year we got married. Don't want to say the wrong year. I'm the one that forgets our anniversary, not him. You know, but I never went by his name professionally until Lonnie Appleton, the Healthy Family Advocate, was born. So I was able to release my past to embrace my future. And that is how it all works. We are resistant, afraid, in denial. I don't know, insert your issue here, to release our past, because what does our future hold that can give us more value than that? It ain't even got to be the outside world validating our past, like trauma bonding. We can no longer trauma bond, but we could be the space in our evolution that we just live with it inside of us. And it bounces around inside of us. I talk about that in the book. Make sure you get your copy and join our book club. Our potential, our awareness of self has to mean more to us than our past. But it just hit me. I feel like I'm a walking contradiction because I know this stuff. I literally be spitting all this stuff, but my life is a mess. It's a beautiful mess, but I'm applying it as well. But I just received that I literally am out here living a double life. Like, I'm physically out here, Lonnie Appleton, living the Lonnie Appleton experience, but I am filming these videos 99% of the time from the Ednetta, my soul's perspective. So my soul is out here spitting game. And Lonnie's sitting here looking like, I really wish you'd be quiet because you just sound like a hypocrite. I'm just like, how can you speak with such authority when you're not consistently living what you know so passionately? Like, I know with every fiber of my being that the things that I'm saying are true. But my physical being won't let me be great. Those of you who know, understand. Go baby boy, not my birthday, my daughter's. Yes, that is what her brothers call her. Dang, I can't even. So everyone who is commenting on your live, can't see. Oh, hold up. She was chosen. Yes, that I watched my documentaries. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Oh, hey, squirrel girl. I watch my documentaries, tarots, and astrology on YouTube and miss lives. I don't even know. I just did it because everybody doesn't have TikTok. Maybe I should just go live on Facebook in the group. That would probably be more conducive. But I'm trying to build my YouTube audience. The whole point is to migrate my audience to YouTube. Golly gee willikers. See, I just get so freaking confused because on one side, it's the logistics, it's the business, it's the, okay, this is how you move, how you're supposed to move. These are all the boxes you need to click to be successful. I'm clicking all the fucking boxes, but what this isn't that. So it's so weird. So while I keep making these moves, I just feel like I'm like a dog on a leash where there's a stake right there, and then there's a stake right there, and then there's a stake right there, and I'm reaching and I'm reaching and I'm reaching and I'm trying to get the stake, but I'm right there to the fucking stake. And it's like, dude, yes, that's a steak, but there's a bowl of dog food right there if you wanted to eat it. If you were that hungry, you could just go eat the bowl of dog food. But it's just like, do I want the bowl of dog food? No, I want the fucking steak, but is the steak even a reality? That's how I fucking feel. It's just like, I'm being pulled both ways because it's just like, all I can say is entrepreneurship. Those of you who are entrepreneurs understand what I'm talking about. And I feel crazy because I'm abandoning employee mentality. Hold on. I'm abandoning employee mentality. And so that hurts. You know, I don't even know if I could open this. It's difficult to keep going every day. My only blessing is I come from my present family, i.e. from me over and me down. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My husband's an entrepreneur. My stepson is my son is an entrepreneur. You know, and so they understand the dream, they understand the vision. Bailey is an employee, but she's also learning. You know what I'm saying? So she's watching me. She's an employee probably because she has to be an employee. She's not an employee because she wants to be an employee, because she's grown up under entrepreneurs. So anyway, what I'm saying is I do believe that I'm able to have the peace that I have because I'm surrounded by entrepreneurs. Our friend Felicia, she wrote this book. She's here on TikTok. Support her. She's on Amazon. The book is. In this book, she talks about how she walked away from her career of 20 years as a correctional officer, and her husband, an employee. Don't matter how much money you make, if you have employee mentality, you have employee mentality, and it's not, you can force entrepreneurial energy. You can force anything. Doesn't mean it's right. An entrepreneur cannot keep a job. The idea of getting a job crushes an entrepreneurial soul. An employee has no problem being an employee. An employee can climb to the highest rungs, and neither mentality is wrong. They just both need to understand each other. An employee can climb to the highest rungs under the most oppressive circumstances because they enjoy the challenge of being an employee. An entrepreneur, it don't take much for them to be like, I'm out. It's not that they're lazy, it's just that they cannot attach to the machine. And so Felicia wrote that her husband gave her crap, and she was just like, she couldn't go get a job because Spirit was just like, that's not for you. And I'm not sure what year she wrote this book. 2019 is when she published this book. I don't know the year that she had her experience, but let's just say 2019. She told me she hasn't had a job since that job. She has been walking in faith since that job, and I don't know what her life looks like, but what I'm saying is, even though the employees around her have probably pressured her to get a job, her divinity has not allowed her to settle. And I'm not saying that's a settle. It's only a settle if you have an entrepreneurial spirit. If it shrinks you. And I understand in times you got to do what you got to do. I'm in the point where I got to do what I got to do, but I have other factors in place that are going to be impacted by that. So I have to make sure that I move wisely. But the idea of getting a job, my stepson was like, look, I make 40 calls a day. Half of those calls they don't pick up. It's like easy money. And just the idea of having to do that gives me something in the pit of my stomach. And I know they're just like, you're lazy, whatever their mentality is, you don't want to do what's necessary, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, man, that's just a slow death. And only those with employee mentality will feel that I'm being insulting, that are choosing to be offended. But if you were looking or listening for understanding, you understand that the idea of being an entrepreneur is so overwhelming, and everybody, especially in this generation, is trying to force entrepreneurship on you. The economy is almost to the point where you must be an entrepreneur. Even though there's jobs out there, they're not paying. You must find another way to eat. We're all forced in a position to be entrepreneurs until we realize that if we just traded goods and services, everything will be okay. But because we're not there yet, yes, I need to get paid. But the idea of getting a job, even though my mind knows that I need to get a job, is just soul crushing. Especially when I feel like I'm so close. When I feel like I'm here. And with the realization that the seeds that I planted in 2009 are coming to fruition now, but in those fruition of those seeds, I must plant new seeds to take me to the next level. And I am rapidly being pressed and being meted and being churned into who I am to be next. And it doesn't feel good. My body is literally deforming. It doesn't feel good on any level. But I have to be thankful, and I cannot give the devil credit. The devil will never be busy in my life again. Anything that comes before me is of God, is of divinity, is the universe coming and challenging me and pressing me and pushing me forward, or providing a roadblock so I don't stall out. Yes, that's what happened to me. She has chosen to be sober. 2 out of my 3 kids chose to avoid the addiction in their bloodline. Amen. My kids have addictive behaviors. The 2 who chose to stay sober. Addiction is more than substance abuse. My older one works a lot and reads a lot. My daughter reads a lot and draws and journals. Yeah, we do something excessively. We all have a manifestation of a behavior. I talk about ouch. I talk about addiction in the book. And it's not talking about alcohol or the other stuff, period. Addiction is the over manifestation of any particular behavior at any other time, at any given time. I am addicted to recording videos. That's why I challenge myself. I have days where I only come on to post. I'm not doing any of those things because it is the manifestation of my addiction right now. But I am addicted to the things that bring me pleasure and joy in a healthy way from the inside out. Do you understand the difference between going and getting something that brings you joy, but it destroys your life? This brings me joy, and it can destroy my life if I allow it to get pervasive, where I'm neglecting my family in the name of making videos. So I must stay in control of that because I'm aware of where it can go. Somebody asked me how I lost all the weight. How did you lose all the weight? I lost all the weight by doing this 28-day detox. I lasted 13 days. By the 3rd day of not eating, I was able to bend my fingers again. You know what I'm saying? So there's some other things going on with, like, my thumb is swollen now because always holding my phone. So figuring out how to rest my phone where it's not laying on my vein and all kinds of different stuff. And so there's a lot going on right now besides what you guys know. But when I was doing this and I lasted the 13 days, I had developed what I identified as a potential ED. And I was like, well, we can't do that. So me knowing that, I could have chose to continue down that road and develop it and closet it and, you know, or been proud of it, because I literally was sitting next to Dre and he was like, you ain't about to do that nasty shit next to me. I felt judged. So I went and ate in the bathroom. Now I'm closeted eating. These were all signs to me that he didn't express concern for me, but he expressed concern in the way that he knew how. He just knows to express concern is judgment. Because if you're sitting there watching your wife develop an ED, it shouldn't be you about to do that nasty stuff in front of me. It should be, babe, are you okay? Because you do realize what you're doing. Give me a dose of reality instead of shaming me into the closet and potentially, because we destroy our lives on purpose, because in the destruction of our lives, that gives us value. I dive deeper into the addictive behavior simply because you judged me over it. So we got to watch how we respond to people, especially those we love. Also, chaos. I was addicted to chaos. Oh, yeah. 30 years and my mother still uses her own last name. That means the new last name ain't pulled up the way it's supposed to. Per me. What do I know? Excuse me, we be knowing. Sorry. I chuck it up. God damn it, I was reading that. I chuck it up to being the molding stage. It all works together for our good. Exactly, miss. Can you just post to YouTube until the following builds? So I have about 800 followers on YouTube. I don't think I'm at 1,000, or maybe I'm at 1,500. Anyway, I got some followers over there, but they're dormant followers, you know. They followed 2019 as the apple turns. I don't know. A part of me is just like, see, I don't even know. Look, I know, boom, what was answered for me tonight was my healing is in these lives. So for me to now pivot my lives to just book club stuff, will that cut off my healing? But I don't believe so, because I believe that because I am inspired to do this, I'm not just doing this. Remember, the book club was just to read books and to bring recognition to Black independent women authors. That was the book club's original intent. We only started with this book because I was like, fuck, I'm the author. Why not start with my book? You know, can I put myself first for once? And so that's why we started with this book. But with that day when I was in the shower and I walked through that door and I became a teacher fully, I became a coach fully, and I know who I am and my divinity and why I came to this earth, and I came here to heal. I can heal you one-on-one. Just hit my DMs. I'll let you know. But fuck. That's when it hit me that I need to teach this book. I wrote this book in 2013 so that I could teach it in 2023. And I know that. I feel that. But is that me just trying to sell books? I can teach you. Buy the textbook. But is that what I'm supposed to be doing? Because am I stunting my growth? I don't know. Which is checking the boxes of success and which is being divinely guided. And they both feel right. Where's the pressure coming from, sis? I don't know. It's difficult to have a 9-to-5 and be there for everyone's schedule. Me too. Yeah, my kids. I love that these boys have grown up with me. I have been with Caden. I was going to say Michael, but Michael has gone to school. But I've been with Caden every day of his life. He's been on this earth for 4 years, and I have been with him every single day. 24 hours a day unless I went out of town. And that is such a blessing. And maybe I see it as a blessing because it was drop off, pick up, come home, eat, go to bed. Drop off, pick up, come home, go to bed, eat, go to bed. You know, that was the cycle with my daughters. because I was a single mother. So I was working 2-3 jobs, trying to make ends meet. I dropped them off when the daycare opened, and I dropped them off praying they didn't charge me $1 a minute when the daycare closed. Like, that was the schedule. So it is such a blessing to be there with my boys and to be there for my girls at the ages that they've needed me the whole time. No disrespect there, but at the age where I can truly feed in them, at the space in my life where I can truly feed in them and guide them through what they're going through. Thank God Angel is the one who struggles emotionally, because had it been Bailey, and Bailey struggled emotionally too, but she pulled herself out of it. That's what the oldest do. I don't know what that dynamic is, but it's true to form. Bailey was able to pull herself out of her struggle because I did not have the capabilities of doing it. But pay attention to your kids, because Bailey kept telling me, you need to change, you need to change, you need to change, you need to change. And I finally woke up, because remember I said I come from the generation where they're either going to teeter to the left or they're going to teeter to the right. And so either they're going to be like, I'm going to stay in my place, I am who I am, or they're going to be like, okay, you saying some things. So I was on the line for a very long time. So maybe that's what our oldest are supposed to be doing. So start paying attention to the messages that your oldest are sending to you, because they're probably trying to get you to wake up. How you talk to the kids is wrong. How you talk to me is wrong. How you're doing these is wrong. And they're wrong. They don't have the language. Don't fault them. Listen to them. And they're trying to wake you up to save the second one. Maybe. Because think, our second ones are usually the ones who struggle. And if we would have listened to the first one, we would have been prepared and ready to save the second one. And some of them don't make it out. Some of the first, some of the thirds. I always got to put those caveats in there, because somebody's like, well, no, black seed oil. What am I doing with black seed oil? Is there more to that? Yes, definitely. It's everything. Delivery is everything. It's step 1, your book. Then you can always refer people back to the lessons online when it's time. Yes, the oldest is a mirror with no filters. Man. We were talking about that today. I posted a pretty successful video where I'm just like, these kids ain't got no cut. None at all. Now imagine, you ain't got to bust in my door like that.
Mom, think I have a princess on Raphael.
What about Raphael?
No, it's Raphael.
Oh, I said it wrong?
Yeah.
My bad. Because you said it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's a danger and Leo and Mikey and Donatello and mom don't think I have a better than Raphael.
Oh, is it true?
No.
Then why are you upset? It doesn't matter. Tell him to not say those things to you. Yes, black seed oil penetrates deep for healing pain and inflammation. Oh, say less, sis. There are other oils. I'm researching herbs too. I've used black seed oil though. Say less and just rub it on my hands. I need that. There's healing in your truth. Not your reality. Your reality is a lie. But there's healing in your truths if you're able to be honest and authentic. Think about the circle that you've created for yourself, like your doctors. You can't go to the doctor and expect to be healed if you're lying about your symptoms. And hopefully you've chosen the best possible doctor. It's your body, right? So hopefully you've chosen the best possible people to put in your circle, and therefore it goes back to the beginning of the live. You're able to expel people from your circle. Just because I agreed to be your friend in 1996 does not mean I need to be your friend in 2023. It's okay. But hopefully your circle is one of which you can confide in. Because it's in that confinement confinement, so I think it's confinement. I may be making up a word, but the point is, you can heal and you can grow. If I never shared what was going on with my hands, and you can't tell me, and that's topical, literally, but the depths of us, you know what I'm saying? And we should not be living a life that we are so ashamed of that we can't talk about it. That's the first aha moment. If we are living a life so shameful that we can't even talk to other people about it, that's a self-check moment. Alrighty, Pat, my friend. I'm tired and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go, and I appreciate you sitting with me. I hope I was able to be of service to someone. Bye-bye. You too there.